What is your full name, please?
My name is Fabienne.
And where do you come from?
Me? Well, I'm from Vietnam, of course.
Thank you. Now I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's discuss accommodation. Would you prefer to live with your family or on your own?
Well, honestly, I would say that I prefer to live on my own, but then I probably can't afford all that. I'm still living with my family.
Why is it good to live with your family?
Well, for the first thing, that living with your family, then you won't have to afford accommodations. You won't have to pay for all your food, electricity, and all the stuff. Just live with my parents.
Would you prefer to live in an apartment or a house?
Well, I'm living in a house, and I just can't imagine myself living in an apartment. It's just so small, and I'm claustrophobic, so I just have to live with a house with a garden, and I can't just stop myself in a small apartment and rent.
If you could live anywhere, where would you live?
Me? Anywhere? You mean like abroad? Well, maybe I think I would like to travel to Paris and London and many other cities. It really sounds fun.
I'd like to talk to you about holidays now. What do you like to do when you go on holiday?
Well, I've been on holidays a lot, and I love to go to the beaches, and I just enjoy lying in the sun and playing. Well, that was fun, but then I didn't have much time.
Where is your favourite place to go on holiday?
Well, I went to Da Nang just last summer, and that was really wonderful. Just have to see it in living in that hotel, and I just have everything prepared for me.
Where would you like to go on holiday next?
Next, probably my grandmother. She invited me to Ho Chi Minh City next summer, but just that in early I couldn't afford it. Yeah, but I heard her that told me that it was really wonderful.
Now let's talk about leisure. Which is your favourite hobby and why?
My favorite hobby? I love reading books, especially books in English. Just last night I read fantasy books, and I just really enjoy reading. Since I was very small, I have always spent all my time reading books of all kinds, and I just other than that, I love staying at home, not disturbed by anyone. Yeah, staying alone is really wonderful.
Do you enjoy playing sport?
Sports? Well, playing chess probably, and swimming. I love swimming.
Why is it important to do sport?
Well, of course, sports makes you very healthy, and especially for a bookworm like me, that is very important to keep myself in shape.
Are there any new hobbies that you would like to take up?
A new hobby? Well, other than those I've already liked, well, probably I think I'll take up running tracks if I have time, and maybe playing badminton.
Now I'd like to ask you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a topic. I'd like you to describe a skill you would like to learn. You have 1 minute to make some notes. Here's some pen and paper. Okay, maybe have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up.
Okay.
Can you start speaking, please?
Yes, I always love learning new languages, so I decided that I would like to learn French. Yes, because the reasons I like to know how to speak French, because I think the language is very romantic and the sounds of it is very wonderful, and it might be very useful for my job also. I have tried to find a course, but so far I have been successful because my schedule is very tight. And so I'm still trying to learn on the internet, and some course offered on TV. However, I think that I will have to find a course soon. But I have a pen pal, her name is Sylvia, and she told me that speaking French is really a wonderful experience, especially that I can read a lot of books and watch many wonderful shows on the television. And she told me that she knows 4 languages, including Italian, her mother tongue, and it was very wonderful learning a new language. And every time she acquires new skills like that, and she told me that I should try to learn, and it makes me enjoy a whole new experience, very interesting and more like very exciting things to speak in a whole new language. Yeah.
Thank you. Have you ever taught a skill you know well to another person?
A skill I know well? Well, actually, I tried to teach my brother English once, and I must say that I wasn't very successful. The fact that he's here to learn from you is the proof. Yeah.
Thanks. You've been telling me about the skill you'd like to learn. I'd like to ask you a few related questions.
Yeah.
Skills in today's society. What do you think are the most important skills for young people to have for today's job market?
Today's job market? Well, I think that they really need to learn new languages and social skills as well. Yeah, because today markets they are going global, so I think that it's very important to know how to communicate well with people. Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons that you should focus on those soft skills.
Do you think that the school system in Vietnam gives students the right skills for work?
Well, they try. I don't think they are very successful. The fact that many graduates find it's very hard to get a job is proof that they have to try to learn things on their own if they want to get a job. And
so where can graduates learn the skills they need for work?
excuse me?
Where can graduates learn the skills they need for work?
Well, mostly I think they learn on their own when they come out in the society, and it's very tough, but they have to compete for a job. There are many graduates every year, and they have to compete for a job, or they will stay home and eat themselves.
Learning skills. Do you think that some skills are more difficult than others to learn?
Yes, but some people claim that you have to possess some talents to learn skills, especially like singing or dancing, something like that. But I think that with a lot of time and effort, you can try anything.
Do you think it's? Do you agree that it's more difficult to learn a skill as you get older?
Yeah, probably. Well, my mother told me that she finds it's very difficult to speak English because she's old and she can't remember the words properly. And she told me that it's very hard when you get older and you are absorbed with many things. You have to care about work, about job, and about the kids and the many things. But I think that she just make a reason because she doesn't focus enough on her goal.
So what advice can you give to people, or what advice should we give to people who are older so that they can learn skills more easily?
Well, I think that they must have a goal in mind. They must keep it in the head that they really want this. They want this enough that they will spend time and effort on it. They must not get distracted by the other things. But I know there are many other things in an adult's life, social life. Yeah.
Finally, skills and money. What skills attract the best pay in society?
What skills attract the best pay? Well, these are tricky questions. Probably, you need to learn how to interact with people with social skills, because some people, they just talk and they earn lots of money. I just can't imagine how they do that.
Do you think that people with particular talents, such as sports professionals or famous musicians, do you think that they're paid too much? Or
They're pretty much. No, many people love them. That's how they pay so much. They pay so much, because they have talent, right? And they not only do they have talent, but they spend all the time and they try and practice a lot. You always see them on the television, but then in the backstage they have to study and they have tried a lot to have that. And I really admire them.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.